Good to see you. Glad you're here. It's Fri-YAY. And here we are. It's been a busy day. It's been a crazy busy day today. I can't say that there's been a whole lot of bookings, but there's been a lot of interest. And I've been in front of the computer most of the time that I've been awake. I got up. Oh my God. You guys, it's so funny. Hello, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Hello, Hef. That was simultitties. You guys literally posted them on the same second. That's a tie. That's tied titties right there. Hello, No Talk Tony. Hello, Ms. Marilyn. Cockeyed a little bit. Nope, it was just a two-way tie, Miss Sunrise Dawn. It was just between you and Hef. Amazing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's been a busy day today. I've been in front of the computer all day. And I can't necessarily say how long this stream is going to be tonight because I am literally exhausted. As soon as I woke up, Kelly Copter was on, and she was shouting out the cruise, which was amazing. And she did so a number of times, and I cannot thank her enough for that. I went from hers to, let's see, from hers to Reese to Tommy. I tried to catch up a little bit. I tried to eat some dinner. I had to feed the deer. I had to get the mail. I had to salt the porch because everything is coated in a fine glaze of ice. And then Marilyn was on trying to catch up on my watch later list, and I'm just down to the low 30s at this point. But it has been a busy day. I've been fielding emails. I've been fending off unhappy people in the chat, various chats who are mad because it's not at a land-based resort, or it's not an Alaska sailing, or it's not this, or it's not that, and people didn't get a boat. And I'm just like, guys, I'm trying. I can't be to all things to all people. But what I can say is that one of the things that I'm going to mention later when I've got a few more people in here is that, well, I'm going to mention it again because I'm just going to mention it now, is that there are a number of mostly women. There is one guy that I know of right now who is either going to have to find a roommate or is going to be sailing by himself and paying the single supplement, which is not a small amount. Yeah, I agree. They did have the opportunity, and I'm just taking the initiative. Hey, there's Stephanie East. Good to see you, Stephanie East. And yeah, I agree, Hef. Not that I'm saying anybody should be grateful to me, but somebody had to take point on this, because otherwise it just was never going to happen. And it was going to be a lot of talk. So, I decided to take the bull by the horns. And yeah, No Talk Tony, they all had a chance to voice their opinions and chose not to take it. I reached out. So it's on them. Um, and again, I'm gonna say that it's not that it's not that because we've got a cruise happening that nothing else can ever be booked. That is not the case at all. Um, I am more than happy to lend my skills to planning something at a land resort. I am more than happy to plan something for Reese's monthly gig that she wants to do. Hey, Marty girl, good to see you. Um, like this is what I do, guys. This is what I do. This is literally my small business is planning travel for other people. So, I mean, if there's any way that I can help, it doesn't have to be groups. I can do individual travel. I can book flights. I can book resorts. I can book car and hotel. Like I've been in travel for literally decades. Yeah, I know, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I hear ya. Um, Reese and Tommy have maybe decided to do a thing where they visit various cities every month. And yeah, I have been I have made it known that I can help them with that. It doesn't have to be complicated, and I can help them with it. Because again, it's what I do. But Reese and Tommy are also kind of walking circles around each other, going, well, I won't go if you won't go. Well, I won't go if you won't go. Well, if you won't go, I'm not going to go. But neither one of them is actually, no. Reese yesterday said, yeah, if Tommy goes, I'll go. So she's already said if Tommy goes, then she's going to go. Now we just need to make sure that Tommy gets signed on. I watched all of Reese's chat tonight, all of Reese's show, and I sent her an email when I was done because she said that she needed to be fancy. So I went and I got room rates for suites and for spa balconies. And I emailed them to Reese. And I emailed Tommy again. I don't know. Tommy seems like he's in. Tommy seems like he wants to go. So if he signs on, Reese is going to sign on. I'm fairly certain of that. I don't think you scared Tommy away from anything, Hef. So, we'll see. What I can say is that there have been a number of people reaching out, mostly women. There's only one male that I've gotten in touch with so far, or who's gotten in touch with me and says that they plan on sailing solo. And there is a relatively significant single supplement if you're sailing by yourself. So they might try to find a roommate. And there's a number of women who aren't willing or can't afford to pay the single supplement, but they really want to go. So what I'm saying is if somebody can reach out to the people in whatever group it may be, I don't know where they are on Facebook, find them, reach out in the groups, and say, hey, I'm sailing by myself, but I can't really pay for the single supplement. Who wants to be roomies? If you wind up doing a balcony, like the balconies are starting at $9.99 per person. but that's based on double occupancy. If you're putting 3 or 4 in a cabin, that's gonna bring that down. And if you put what did I check on? I gotta find it. If you put 4 people, that's gonna bring it down to $751 per person. So, I know one person who had actually said that they won't sail on anything less than a balcony because they have claustrophobia challenges, and that's fine. That's totally understandable. If you've got 4 women in the same balcony cabin, you can bring it down 100 and a half per person. The suite half? Okay, so if you guys decide to get a suite, for 4 people in the suite, it would be approximately for the ocean suite, it would be 1316.65 per person, and for the grand suite, it would be 1691.65 per person. And that's with 4 people in the suite. So there you go. Marilyn says, I talked to Aaron yesterday. I can't speak for him, but he's definitely favorable to the idea, even if he doesn't end up going. But I think there's a chance he might. There you go, y'all. I think that would be awesome. And again, I am totally happy Friday. Kim D, hi. Good to see you rocking it out in Bing. Someone asked if Aaron endorsed the cruise. I told him when he laughed his permission, but he said it sounds great. There you go. That sounds like an endorsement to me. You guys, everybody has been talking about this thing today. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I have tried to be in as many chats as I can and answering questions. And some people apparently simply do not want to email me. They're just going to ask me all the questions in the chat because why not, right? It's not like I have a whole email ready and put together to send to them, but they don't want to do that. So, okay, fine. I'll answer them in the chat. It's not going to be complete answers, but it's the best I can do with character limits like I've got. But yeah, you know, if you know somebody who wants to be roommates, or if you are looking for a roommate, post in the various groups. Say, hey, listen, I can't afford to do the cabin by myself. Who wants to be roomies? You think you can roommate with me? Can we tolerate each other? Let's do this. Get to talking, get together, work it out. I can split the deposit payment. I can split all the other payments amongst various different credit cards. If you know somebody that wants to go and you can't go or you want to help supplement, you can purchase Carnival Cruise Line gift cards in just about any denomination. So that's another option as well. But people don't understand some mods would mute you for posting everything in a chat. That's true, Stephanie East. And even though I'm just replying to questions, I get it. I get it that some people may not dig it. Maybe do a long fact community post on your channel and point people to that. I can also pin it to the top of my FB group. Yes, I will do that. I will do that when I get up in the morning because that's going to be the easiest thing. Hef wants to know if people wanna be roommates, can they tolerate her hoe train? And that is a valid question. Um, Again, sock on the doorknob, y'all. I mean, there are ways that you can make sure that people are aware that something's happening in there. Um, Try to go back to his. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I know that there are some mods who are not gonna allow that. I'm doing what I can to, abide by community standards. There's Steve-O. Hey, Steve-O, good to see you. 4 people in the same room is the very definition of claustrophobia. Well, I hear you. I hear you. But, some people are okay with that. I love having an upper berth personally because it's like being in bunk beds, and I love bunk beds. I got muted in Reese's chat tonight for saying things about creators, I assume. I have no idea. Maybe somebody could make SPTV do not disturb signs. Yeah. That's possible as well. Um, and y'all, the doors are metal. So you can bring a whiteboard with magnets on the back and just bing, attach it to the door. No, they are not all bunk beds, Hef. Some of them, there's going to be 2 twin beds on the floor. And in cabins where people are going to be sleeping together, they shove those beds together to make either a king or a queen. Some cabins are going to have a fold-out couch. Some will have a fold-out couch and a pull-down upper berth. They will not all be bunk beds. But in the cabins that have that are sleeping 4 or 5, there's definitely going to be at least one upper berth for sure. Getting laid, come back in an hour. Yeah. Marilyn can crochet some Rodney door hangers. That would be perfect. But yeah, you bring a whiteboard, attach it to your door. Right. Go away, getting some action. On air, something. I don't know, whatever. Hey Maya, good to see you. So, there are ways around this. And if you can get the cabin for less expensive, hi Red, good to see you. Um, then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? If you're willing to share your cabin and it means that you get to be on the ship and you get to have a good time and hang out with all these crazy ass people and tear up some karaoke and be part of the group photo in front of Free-Winds, you can totally do that. You can totally do that. And by being willing to share a cabin, it means that you're helping other people be able to go. You're enhancing someone else's experience because otherwise they wouldn't be able to make it. So keep it in mind. Makes it more affordable for everybody. I think we can do this. I think we can get some people matched up. But yeah, post in the various groups. Say that there's, that you're looking for a roommate. What? You guys, I cracked 200. That's amazing. Marilyn, thank you for letting me know. Oh my goodness. Yes, I can see you, No Talk Tony. As Kelly Copter would say, oh my days. That's incredible. I cracked 200, y'all. I've got 204. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Um, but yeah, I mean, hiya Artsy Tartsy. Good to see you. Hi Joe Oh My. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody else? Nope, I think I got everybody. Um, but yeah, I mean, we can make it more accessible for everybody, more affordable for everybody if we're willing to maybe bunk up with a few other people in the cabin, and I'm certain that arrangements can be made. I'm certain of it. I believe in it. We're all adults, we can all figure it out. um but it means that more people are going to be able to go. And where's the harm in that? Where's the bad? There's no downside there. Thank you so much, Jen. This is super exciting. Yep, looks like everybody can see you, Tony. Yeah, I don't see a downside. The more people that can go, the better time we're going to have. And the bigger group photo we're going to have in front of Free-Winds. No downside. Sorry, Maya. I went on a whole hour earlier than usual. Dang, I'm not sure if it's acceptable that you get on this early. My dog hasn't even peed yet. Oh, Lord. Girl, stay in bed. I did, and I think he is happy. I think he is happy about it. I think he's gonna be with us. I think he's gonna be with us, and every time we hoisted, something to Xenu Marlene, I think he's gonna be happy about it. Yeah, we're gonna have him with us. And my best friend, actually, thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Congrats, Cricket. Sorry, was being tackled by, feeding the kitties. Yep. Yep, Miss Sunrise Dawn thinks you're right. Hev thinks he's giggling right now. Probably. He's such a troublemaker. Absolutely, he'll be there for sure. For sure, Stephanie East. Steve-O needs a big black Rodney. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. My best friend wants to take a photo of Elvira, whom he loved, and make it into a pillow so that we can have Doug's emotional support animal with us on the sailing and keeping us steady when we're having that group photo taken outside Free-Winds. Yep. Absolutely. So, I really feel like this is meant to happen, and things are going to be a little rocky, maybe, to start off with, and that's okay. And it is been a little rocky. It has been. I'm not going to lie. These last couple of days have been a little crazy with the emails that I've been fielding. You can almost hear Doug chuckle in the background. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for doing this for us all and donating your time. Thank you. You're very welcome. Um, but yeah, I mean, I knew what I was signing up for. I'm not sure that I was prepared for having people trash everything in certain chats, but you know, that's just kind of how it works. That's how it works. And so we get through it. We get through it, we deal with it, and we move forward because that's the only thing that we can do. So we're moving forward. And for a long time, I didn't move forward because I was waiting for somebody else to give me the go ahead. And I got tired of waiting for somebody else to give me the go ahead and seeing the amount of interest in this and knowing that I would never have seen that if I was still waiting for somebody to give me the go ahead tells me that I did the right thing by taking the steps to move forward. Yes, Maya, they do trash it in some chats. They do trash it in some chats. I've been really experiencing some challenges in some places. Um, just doing my best to get through it. Thanks for all your hard work. You're doing fantastic. Take care of you. Just put the info out there and you don't have to answer the clowns. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm doing my best just to let people know where to reach me if they want the real deal information. And I'm doing my best to let people know um, also that if you're not coming through me, if you're not booking into the official group, you're going to miss out. You're totally going to miss out because you're not going to be involved in the group perks. You're not going to be involved in the group activities that are going to be happening. And you're not going to be able to get in on some of the cool stuff, the cool opportunities that we're going to have as the group. So, you know, I want people to be able to take advantage of everything that we're putting together, all of the little various surprises that I've got up my sleeve and that we're plotting and scheming to put together. I want everybody to be able to take advantage of that. And if you've chosen not to go through me for that, then you're going to be missing out. Yeah, you can book directly through the cruise line and it'll get you on the ship. It's not going to get you into the cocktail party. It's not going to get you into the SPTV lives that we're going to wind up setting together. It's not going to get you involved in a lot of stuff. You're not going to get the extra perks. And I would love for everybody to get those extra perks. I'm not charging anybody a planning fee, even though I normally would, because this is something that needed to happen. So I'm just doing what I can to facilitate this happening. I want it to happen. And I want people to get together and I want people to have a good time. And I want people to be able to take advantage of the cool stuff that we're planning for them. So, you know, we do what we can, and that's all we can do. And so I'm doing what I can. And I am, right now, what I'm saying is that there are people out there who want roommates. Specifically, there are women who want roommates and wish to bunk up with other women, not for any dirty kind of reasons, but because they can't afford to pay the single supplement. But if you want to put like 4 people in a balcony cabin, it's certainly workable and it's going to wind up being less expensive for everybody. So I would love to see that happen. I want to see as many people as possible go on this trip and have a good time. And anybody, um, if anybody wants to book a land vacation, let me know. I just need some direction. Any of the creators are welcome to get in touch with me at any time, and almost all of them know that I'm a travel professional and that this is what I do. So somebody wants to do an all-inclusive resort, let me know. Drop me an email. Just because one thing is booked doesn't put the kibosh on anything else being booked. It's not like we are not allowed to book more than one type of gatheration. So, Inkad Cadiz, thank you so much. Hi, just listening on the background, but don't let it get to you. You're organizing something not many would even dare because of so many people potentially involved, for sure. I'm doing what I can to get my chin up and keep it up. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for saying that. Doing what I can, giving what I can back to the community. A lot of people are saying they're not going for the creators. They're going to spend time with other people, you know? And if creators want to come along, like I already know that Marilyn's coming along. She's a creator. That's nothing to sneeze at. And I got to tell you, when that was revealed today in Reese's chat, she was like, oh, shit. Because now she wants to go. So, I'm keeping my chin up. And I want as many people to go as possible. And I want it to be feasible for as many people as possible. Which means that if that means rooming together to bring the cost down a little bit, there's no harm in that. Why not? I don't think they all understand how it evolved and how gracious you've been with your own time and how you reached out many times. Maybe they don't all. Because I haven't made a big deal about it. But the creators know. Because I've told them. I'm going because I've never been on a cruise and I grow fond of people in this chat. Absolutely. You're a creator too. Well, I am now. Maybe Leah can come and score for the single supplements. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That would be amazing. I haven't sent her an email, but can you imagine? Can you imagine how cool it's gonna be to just do SBTV live from the ship? Because 'Cause we're gonna be able to do that. How incredible is that gonna be? Just no sticks in the mud. This is for Doug and everyone having a good time is the aim. That's true. I just don't want creators dissing it and making people's minds up for them. There's that. No, you're not chopped liver, honey. You're steak and kidney pie. You are absolutely a creator. You're not booked in yet. Um, yeah, yeah. Steve-O has been promoting it on his show, Miss Sunrise Dawn. And even though I don't have a reservation for him yet, that's okay because I only have a reservation for one cabin room right now. Tomorrow it'll be at least two because tomorrow we're booking Marilyn's cabin. And I am here to make the bookings for the peoples as they come to me. So, like I said, I just want people to show up and have a good time. And if that means on the ship, or if that means when if we wind up planning something to a land-based resort, we can do that too. I just want people to show up, get together, and have a good time. It's all about, like Tommy says, it's about the connection. It's about getting people together. It's about meeting faces and putting those faces to names. That's all. Yep, I understand, Steve-O. Tony, thank you so much. You have the biggest smile when talking about this cruise. You look beautiful. I I love travel and I love getting people to travel. And I love helping to facilitate things from behind the scenes. That's what really makes me happy. Being in the spotlight isn't a big deal for me, but making things happen behind the scenes is totally a big deal for me. And I love that. That's where I get the satisfaction is working behind the scenes, making it happen and knowing that it's getting done. That's what's really important to me. Norway would probably be next. Yes. Yes, Tony. Norway would be next. For sure. No reason we couldn't do something midwinter. Norway. Check out the Northern Lights. It'd be amazing. Hey, Susan P. Good to see ya. And if we go to Norway, we're going to be able to all hang out with Maya and have a crazy ass group hug. Right there on the pier. It'll be incredible. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm here to have a good time and I'm here to help other people have a good time. And we're going to get on that ship We're going to have a ridiculously good time. We're going to tear up some karaoke. We're going to do SPTV live. We're going to do my show live. It's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. See, Maya says, "Oh, I'm in if you come over here." Hell yes. We've got people talking about coming on this cruise from all the way in stinking New Zealand. Anything is possible, y'all. I've been talking to people up in Canada, on both coasts of Canada. I've been talking to people in California, in Arizona, in the UK, in Florida, in all kinds of places. Bring it. Let's all get together. Let's have just a tremendous time. And the ones who decide to go, "Mm, well, I guess they miss out." Okay. And either they get together in a land-based place, which I'm also happy to help facilitate, as I will say again and again and again, um, or they just don't wanna, they wanna poo-poo the idea of anybody having a good time. Okay, miss out. Stay mad. That's cool. It do what it do. It be what it be. And, if people wanna be jerky about it and they wanna miss out, then they gon' miss out. That's okay. Either they'll decide they wanna be involved next time or they won't, and that's okay too. And I'm not saying that this is about people who don't want to come along because they have specific challenges that they're dealing with, that they can't handle crowds or they simply do not have the funds or whatever. It's not about that at all. Because those aren't the people that I'm talking to. Those aren't the people that I'm talking about. I'm Joe, oh my, you think we need to get Reese the presidential suite? I sent her quotes tonight for the grand suite and the ocean suite on the ship. I think the grand suite is pretty much the poshest digs that they have. But I sent her quotes on that tonight, as well as a quote for the Cloud9 spa balcony, which gets you unlimited access to the thalassotherapy pool and the thermal loungers and all that cool stuff. So, she's been giving quotes. She knows what the options are. Um, Artsy Tartsy is dealing with a very frustrating situation. Oh my, I just dropped a container of the tiniest seed beads in my carpet under my bed, under my nightstand. They flew everywhere. They do that. I get so mad at myself when things like this happen, ruins my mood. Honey, if it helps at all, it happens to the best of us. It really, really does. Absolutely. Absolutely, Red. I don't want it to be a them or us situation. I'm just talking about the people who decide that they have to be haters for no reason other than they want to be haters. Thermal loungers, I know they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm talking about the people who would not be happy with whatever, with anything. Like, now that we're talking about a cruise to the Southern Caribbean, people are like, "Oh no, it should be an Alaska cruise." If it was an Alaska cruise, then they'd be saying, "Oh, no, it has to be a Caribbean." If I had booked land in an all-inclusive in Cancun, everybody would have said, "Oh, no, it needs to be Mexico," or "It needs to be Cozumel." "No, it needs to be Saint Martin." "No, it needs to be Saint Croix." "No, it needs to be Jamaica." "No, it needs to be insert place here." There is absolutely no pleasing everybody, and there's always gonna be naysayers, always. What's happening is happening. It doesn't preclude us from booking other things. We can always gonna do that. And in the meantime, what is happening is the people that are gonna go are gonna have a really, really good time. So, you know, that's okay. We're gonna go, we're gonna have a good time. I have made myself how about Cuba? I wish. I wish. Unfortunately, I believe the travel embargoes are still in place for Cuba. So, but for right now, we're going to do the thing. We're going to have a good time. Everybody who wants to go is going to go. People want to get together and plan a land vacation. We can do that too. But we're going to have a good time. And I want as many people with us as possible. Marty says, as a Canadian, I go to Cuba a lot. Yeah, I wish that we could, but we can't because most of us are Americans. Marilyn's got a good point. I don't understand when people say they don't like cruises and then they wish it was an Alaskan cruise. Isn't that still a cruise? Yes, it is. Yeah, I noticed that earlier as well. I found that to be wildly amusing. Yes, Steve-O, you are correct. Someone with big orange skin took away our Cuba fun. I do think an Antarctic one with a big ice cube with Reese in it, advertising it could be your next big event. You know what? I would be 1000% down for that. I want to go to Antarctica so bad and you know what? I can't imagine why Reese wouldn't want to go, even though she's terrified of the ocean, because if we can work on that and she gets to meet penguins, let's just think about that for a second. Reese plus penguins. Come on, y'all. Good night, Red. I hope your migraine gets better. Some of us are really pushing through a lot of challenges to go, so it's frustrating when able-bodied people are complaining. That's true. That's true. Wait, what? Americans can't go to Cuba? Not currently. We could for a while, but not anymore. Not anymore. How is it okay Americans can't go to Cuba, but you can go to Vietnam or China? What the hell? Marty girl, your guess is as good as mine. I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm not a politician. I have no idea. Because of our most recent former president, Maya. That's why. And I don't think that anything more really needs to be said about that. But either way, it does keep the price of good cigars really high. What I can tell you is that there's been a lot of interest. I've been getting a lot of emails. I've been talking to a lot of people in the chat, various chats, everybody's chats. No, I'm not going to get political, Steve-O. I'm not doing it. You can. Um, but what I will say, like I said, I've been getting a lot of interest, a lot of emails. I've been replying to a lot of emails. I've gotten Facebook messages. I've gotten all kinds of stuff. I've been replying to them all day. I've been replying to them all day yesterday. People have been great for the most part. Everybody who's been contacting me, even the people that you might think would be problematic when they've been contacting me, they've been pretty good about it. And I give them all of the information that I can, and I go out of my way to make sure that I'm getting extra information for them. And I'm replying as quickly as possible so they know they're not left hanging. And so far it's been a pretty good response. So if people are willing to, especially you ladies, are willing to bunk up with other ladies and split the cost of a cabin, then that'll be great, because then that means more people are going to be able to go. And it's not like you can't figure out a way to work a shift in the cabin so that if somebody really needs to get some action, you can work out a schedule or a signal or something. Yeah, I agree with you. We do need a Xenu Marlene for sure. Xenu Marlene, y'all. So yeah, I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out. It's been a pretty busy day for me, and I appreciate people saying thank you, but really the only thanks that I need is people getting together and having a good time. People making those connections. Steve-O is available for 8 days of groping and getting groped. I personally am drinking flavored water and vodka. Oh, and night meds. Here's your night meds reminder. I took mine before I came on stream because somebody on the lifeboat earlier said that the sound of anything that sounds like a pill bottle triggered them. And if they had shown up here, I didn't want to trigger anybody. So, yes, I do have vodka in my glass, but you wouldn't know unless I told you that. I'm not going to be getting blotto tonight, and I got my night meds out early so that I wasn't going to be triggering anybody. I pay attention to stuff like that. That kinda looks like Marlene, actually. Alright, good to know. And the Marlene we're talking about, would that be Marlene Sweeney? I think it's Marlene Sweeney. I'm just gonna say that name. Marlene Sweeney. Marlenu. It would be so fun as some Scientology people on the upper bridge being on ship and see a group called Xenu Marlene. The only people who are gonna actually see that is people who work at Carnival. But that's not to say that T-shirts could not be made beforehand so that we can all wear them when we get on the ship, perhaps? Just a possibility. Weenie. I mean, Sweeney. Oops. Just FYI, one of those new subs you got was my hubby. Oh, he of the sneeze heard round the world. Thank you very much, hubby. Welcome. I'm glad to have all the new subs. I can't believe I cracked 200. That's amazing. Sign that just says Xenu to hold up if we pass free winds. We should be docked right next to free winds. Probably in Aruba. Possibly in Curacao. But most likely in Aruba. That's where free winds is most of the time. When I told my best friend about the whole thing with when we were talking about her getting a pillow made of her dog, of Elvira, so that she could be Doug's emotional support dog, um, or anyone's emotional support dog who was missing Doug during the sailing. Because Raven's totally fine with me passing this pillow around of Elvira. I said that I could probably find space to bring that with me, and it's gonna be a lot easier to find space for that, um, than it is gonna be for me to somehow create a cardboard cutout of Doug himself and pack it in my suitcase. And I said that I would feel a little strange anyway putting Flat Doug in my suitcase. It'd be like traveling with Flat Stanley, only bigger. And that's gonna make me feel weird closing my suitcase on Flat Doug. I don't think I can do that. So, but I will bring Elvira with me because all else fails, I can just use her as a pillow from the plane. We will be nowhere near the Bermuda Triangle, Steve-O. Nowhere near it. We'll be far south of the Bermuda Triangle. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll be going from Miami straight south, almost directly south, a little bit southwest to get us to Aruba first. And then we go a little bit east to Curacao, and then we go northeast to Dominican Republic. I have you laughing so hard about Flat Doug. Yeah, I know. I know, right? Can you imagine? How am I supposed to close my suitcase on that? I wouldn't be able to. I would love to bring a Flat Doug along or get it like a cardboard cutout of at least like maybe the top half of him or maybe just his face that I could put it on a stick or put some magnets on the back of it and stick them to my door. Again, ship doors are metal. Your cabin doors are gonna be metal. So if you wanna decorate your cabin door with anything magnetic, you can do that. You can put a dry erase board, you can put all kinds of as long as it's magnetic, you can do it. Don't use actual stickers, that's rude. But if it's magnetic, you can totally do that. You can decorate your cabin door. Um, and that would be amazing. That would be amazing. It would be awesome for me walking down the hallways of the ship and seeing various cabin decorations, cabin door decorations. I love doing that. If ever anybody, there was one person on my last sailing who had a cabin right near mine that I had to pass every time I was going to the elevator. And they had a whiteboard on their door and had a different question every day. And there was a marker right there also stuck to the door with a magnet, and so you could just write your little answers. It was incredible. It was such a good time. So that's that's something you can do. That's an option. You can you can do you we could do a cabin gift exchange. We could do somebody mentioned doing a scavenger hunt. We can do that. Some people get a bunch of little tiny rubber duckies and hide them all over the ship with little tags on them saying you can either hide it or you can keep it. Here's a website or a QR code you can scan to say where you found it and where it's going to be going home to. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Welcome back. Um, yeah, there's all kinds of options. There's so many cool things that we can do. And there's a lot of cool things that I'm planning on doing just for the group on my own. But even though I'm not a size queen, I'm going to say in this case, with this group, the bigger the better. The bigger the better. So let's get everybody. Let's get as many people as we can. And if that means bunking up with some people, let's do that. Hell yeah. Barbara, by the way, I did email Reese with rate quotes for suites. Just because I know that she sometimes needs to be a fancy ass bitch. And suites and spa cabins, which are near the spa, and they get you unlimited access to like the thalassotherapy pool and the thermal loungers and the steam rooms and the saunas and all that shit. So I did that. I did that because she said that she needs to be fancy. So I got her the quotes and I sent them to her. Steve-O, are you literally singing The Rose? Hi, Jen Marie. Good to see you. Are you literally singing a Bette Midler song in my chat right now? Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Reese needs a huge cabin to fit all the hats and caftans. Yeah. Well, she's got pricing for suites now. There are only 2 kinds of suites on this ship. Thank you, Jen Marie. I appreciate that. There's an ocean suite and a grand suite, and then there's the spa cabins, and I sent her quotes for all 3 of them tonight. Thank you, Tony. After last year, I'd love Reese to be treated like a queen in a beautiful suite. Absolutely. I gave you chill bumps. Aw. Thank you, Artsy. The song at every 80s wedding. Seriously, the reason that I even know that song is that my mom learned it so that she could sing it at somebody's wedding in the 80s. Thank you, good night. Thank you, Joe Oh My. Thank you, Marty Girl. I think you may be changing my opinion of cruises if this is gonna happen. Oh, honey, this is gonna happen. We've already got people booked in, and more people are getting booked in tomorrow. It is gonna happen, and it is gonna be a ridiculously good time. Just a ridiculously good time. Duncan snores and he wears tighty whities, but don't tell him I said so. At least he's warm. Aw, he's your little furnace, isn't he? I'll tell you what I will say. My DJ name is DJ Tidy Whitey. For sure. For real. Artsy Tartsy is bringing her ukulele. Thank you very much. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Nah, not really. Oh, Steve-O got me. He was quoting The Rose in here, and so I just started singing. Let's see. I'm so excited. Just posted my first long form video on my channel before I saw your live. I feel so excited for this journey. Rock on, Jen. Hell yeah. Good for you. Yep. No doubt. No doubt. And heaven forbid I wind up going to prison. I'm not going to have anywhere near as many problems with my DJ name. Not saying, just saying. Also, my karaoke name is Notorious B.U.G. Because, I mean, really, what else am I going to use, right? I am Bug. I am Bug. Marilyn, I'm addicted to this chat and it's so fun and naughty and I don't have to be on camera. Isn't that the best? Xenu Marlene did that, y'all. And another thing. Last night's chat, last night's stream, I topped out at 30 concurrent views. 30 people were watching the stream at the same time. That blows my mind, y'all. That makes me just astonished. Yeah, Marilyn, and I answer, which is cool. Yeah, we have a good time. How many are going so far? It's tough to say how many are going because right now I only have one solid cabin booked, but I know that another one, at least one more, is putting their deposit tomorrow. And there could be more. And I know that I've gotten a lot of interest. So One of the things that I've been banging on about tonight is that there are a number of women who are looking for roommates, and we need to find a way to get everybody together so that all of the ones who need roommates can all get together and room together, and then it's going to wind up being less expensive for everybody in that cabin. So there's only so much that I can do, but I very, very strongly believe that you guys, you ladies, you viewers have the ability to get together, make those connections in Facebook groups or in live chats or whatever, and talk amongst yourselves and make it happen, because I know you can. But yeah, Xenu Marlene, y'all. Hell to the yes. Stephanie East, my alter ego drag queen name is Tsunami, quite fitting for a cruise. Absolutely. And what did Tommy say yesterday? Where do you want to be during a tsunami? Do you want to be on land? No. You want to be on a ship. You need to find out the info so you can look up what price you'd be looking at too for the cruise. Jen, this is super, super easy. Email me. chowyunsmut@gmail.com. No spaces. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. But it should also be in the description box down below. I'm fairly certain that I put it in there. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Let me know how many of you are going to be in the cabin. Let me know if you're looking for a roommate, what kind of cabin you want. I'll send you all the information. It's going to rock. This cruise is hoeing to be great. It is absolutely hoeing to be great, especially if Hef is there. I'm sorry, Hef. I had to. My dancer name was Kelly, happened to be my second husband, first wife's name. Oh, nice. Magic. Yep. Email me for dibs, for deets. And I dig through the fake typing you were doing. Tappity, 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 tap. Yeah. Yeah. I've decided, Barbara, that basically my chat is like the Denny's of YouTube. It's where people show up after work. It's where the insomniacs hang out. And it's where all of the mods come to when they're done modding, when they're done having a long day of modding. That's what I think. Yeah, we're kind of the Denny's. We don't really have a topic. It's just all of us chilling. Everybody's just chilling after work, chilling at the end of the day, chilling because this is the middle of our day. You know, whatever. But yeah, I'm largely nocturnal, Barbara. I mean, so I rarely go to bed before the sun comes up. So this is basically the Denny's of YouTube, or the Perkins of YouTube, or the Village Inn of YouTube, or whatever you want to call it, the Awful Waffle of YouTube. Is it only for the money that counts? You know what? Dance like you don't need the money. Scratch like there's nobody watching. That's what I say. Oh god, I gotta get my sleep schedule straightened out before the cruise. Yeah, no shit, right, Hef? I'm gonna have to be a day walker because people are gonna want to be asking me questions. Hi, Tabitha, with all of your emojis and your pretty flowers. I appreciate that. I'll be sending people your way when they want to book vacations. Thank you very much, ma'am. That's what I do. I make people go away. What's the special tonight? Honey, we're all special tonight. Tonight and every night, Joe. Sorry, that was an absolute cheese load, but I had to go there. Can't be vampires on the ship. No, but I can be an insomniac on the ship, and I've proven that because I'm the one who's wandering the decks, the open decks in the middle of the night. Yep. If you're gonna burst into flames, we will douse you with beverages. Many delicious beverages. I wanna go hang out with y'all and watch the whales and the dolphins and the flying fish and have great convos and see Dominican Republic and party, but there are about 10 reasons why I can't. I understand. I understand, Kimberly. It's okay. It's okay, and I understand why you can't. I'm not mad at you. I'm just happy to see how supportive you are of everybody else who wants to go and how supportive you are in this chat. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your continuing presence and your amazing Xenu Marlene's and the effort that you put into that. So keep on doing you, babe. I'll have one cheese load then, thanks. You're very welcome. Barbara will still be a vampire. You're good at blending in. Look at me. I am fish belly white. I'm practically clear. You can see all of the veins in my arm when I go to give blood. All of the phlebotomists are like, look at those beautiful veins. And they're so cooperative. But yeah, I hide in the shade. I don't want anything to do with the evil day star. I understand. Yep, Marty girl, you can relate to being a night owl. Hef has 40 reasons why I can't, but damn it, I'm going to do it anyway. Good for you. I don't know where the sausages be at. I mean, we've got Steve-O, but I don't know where anybody else is. There's no Mr. Crow. There's no Daniel Sander. There's no Chems. There's no Gur Roar. I don't know where they at. I just realized that if I was going, I could still almost be on Europa time to hang out with all you night owls. Damn right, Maya. I'd be awake hanging out with you. Marty girl, I want to go, but it's the airfare that will kill me. I'm telling you, go to like Kayak or something and set up a low fare alert from your city to Miami. It'll send you a notification. Easy peasy. Same, a million reasons I can't go, and that's exactly why I'm going. I need something to look forward to. Damn straight, Stephanie. Being clear is perfect for a Xenu cruise. I suppose you are correct in that. Absolutely, Maya. Thank you. Thank you for that perspective. My daughter is whiter than a newborn baby. Yep. English rose white. Here's the funny thing is that I am directly descended from the family who was on the red rose of England's side. But definitely English rose pale for sure. Yeah, I'm directly descended from the House of Lancaster. That's me. That's my family. Yep, 100% Stephanie. She needs this. I'm actually permanently tan due to owning and using a tanning bed every day for 7 years, and yes, I've had skin cancer. Yeah, and I can't do the tanning bed thing. I douse myself in SPF when I leave the house. I don't care what the sky looks like. If it's a daylight, I'm wearing SPF. It's just how I roll because I flash fry. I go from fish belly white to lobster red in about 3 rays of sun. So I just don't even anymore. I cover my hats and I wear sleeves and I wear all the SPF and I reapply every 2 hours and yeah, I don't play. Looking forward to something is key. Absolutely, Joe, oh my, 100%. Thanks, but still over $1,000. I live in the Maritimes, but not giving up. Like I said, set up a low fare alert. They will let you know when things go on sale. Okay, but I'm not getting a Xenu tattoo. That's fair. You don't have to get a tattoo. We're not sailing on Virgin, so there isn't a tattoo shop on the ship. There is one on Virgin Voyages. They have a tattoo and piercing shop on the ship, but we're not doing that this time. Maybe in future years. Yes, Maya, you're still here. I see you. I'm just really, really hoping we can come up with the money. Gonna be seriously crushed if we can't. I hear you. Have any of you heard of the fairy tale Rose Red and Rose White? Yeah, but it's been a long time ago. I'm gonna have to look that one up. OMG matching Xenu tattoos. Yes. That's fantastic. Skin cancer on my face gave me a scar that matches Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. Hey, if you're gonna have a scar, have a scar. Where is the testosterone of the group? Yeah, good question. You got some error thing, Maya? I'm not sure why that is because I can see you. It's a weird thing. I'm 98% Scottish, Irish, Welsh, but I get super dark in the summer. That other 2% gotta count for something. I'm English, Irish, Scots, Welsh, and French, which means that I'm basically always at war with myself, and I'm pale as fuck. I was young and dumb. I'm fair skinned, but after being fried so much, my skin will never be the same. Yeah. Yep. We all do things when we're young and dumb, man. Jen would get a tattoo, just not of Xenu. Okay, that's fine. My O is said with a surprised inflection. Joe. Oh my. Is that, did I do it right? Maya is so white that her skin is see through, almost blue. Yeah, that's what'll happen when you live above the Arctic Circle. I want Xenu tatted on my ass. See, I'm not going to have him tatted on my ass. Number one, that's a lot of ink. Number two, um, I have a spot on the back of one of my thighs reserved already. If anybody has seen Lady Coddington's pressed fairy book, I'm having one of those. I haven't decided which yet, but I'm having one of those tattooed on the back of my thigh so it looks like I sat on her. If you haven't seen the pressed fairy book, you really should, because once you see the designs, it's going to be even funnier. Temporary Xenu tattoos. Okay. All right. Yep. We could find a way to make that happen. My white daughter wanted a tattoo of a clitoris below her waist, and if a guy didn't know what it was over. That's my girl. Yeah, you did teach her well. If I'm gonna have a Xenu tattoo, it'll be on the outside of my middle fingers so I can flip off the IAS peeps. Yep, that's fair. I did not say a bottle of wine apiece is included in the price. What I said is that you can bring 1 bottle of wine per adult in the cabin. You can pack it into your checked baggage. You can carry it onto the ship. 1 bottle of wine per adult in the cabin you can bring on board. That's what I said is included in the price. Translucent, yep. Temporary Marlene tattoos? I don't even know what this woman looks like, other than that weird emoji that people keep using for the Xenu Marlenes. Do they check your bags? They check your carry-ons. They check whatever it is that you're using for hand luggage on the ship. Um, Ms. Jen Marie, they do check that. If it's wrapped up into your checked baggage that you hand over to the porters to deliver to your cabin, that that does not generally get checked. Just make sure to wrap it really, really well in bubble wrap. Um, and the other thing that I can say, oh, hello, the not so graceful swan. Good to see you. Um, the other thing I can say is that there are things called rum runners that are uh, very durable nylon or plastic sealable bags that you can put liquids in. And and you can They don't really show up on any of the radar scans, so you could, in theory, put adult beverages in those and put them in your checked baggage and nobody will know. In theory. Oh, good night, Ms. Marilyn. This is when you turn into a pumpkin. Hopefully Duncan's nickname is Peter. Peter. Pumpkin eater. Good night, my favorite Jezebel. Good night, Hef's precious Jezebel. Sleep sweet, Marilyn. Thank you so much for joining us. What are we talking about? Worst one of my children, children of God is horrible. How did we get on Children of God? Miss Sunrise Dawn, going to visit my sister at the winery before we go. Okay, good idea. Good idea. This is really dark and warped, but did anybody hear the story about 10-foot beings running around some Florida mall a couple of days ago? All I could think of was they finally summoned Xenu. That's funny. Ten-foot tall men, did they have big feet? What was inappropriate? I need to know so I can say it again. Oh, I'm getting photos of Marlene. Ew, I don't want temporary tattoos of that. I'm afraid. That's terrible. Anyway, what was inappropriate so I can say it again? Yes, Joaquin Phoenix's family was in that cult. River Phoenix was brought up in Children of God. Yeah, who's blowing my phone up? It was Marilyn. She's sending me photos of Marlene. That woman is terrifying. I don't want temporary tattoos of that. Jesus, lap dancing, Christ. How is this your guru? She got glasses like bubbles. I'm expecting her to say something's fucky. Oh, the Peter Pumpkin Eater thing. Yes, of course. Of course that was inappropriate. And I will say it again. Yes, Joaquin and River Phoenix are brothers, Maya. Yeah, how is that woman not terrifying? Can you imagine having that as your spiritual? Yeah, Pentecostal God does work in mysterious ways, Steve-O. You are absolutely correct on that. Lord, but I am not getting temporary tattoos made of that. Hell no. All right, y'all. I have to pee. Do you want me to leave you with Ella? Yes. I said bubble, Marty. Absolutely Trailer Park Boys. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to leave you guys with Ella. Since Ms. Beaumont isn't here to be afraid, because she's afraid of Ella. Come here, honey. She's going to hang out with y'all. I will be right back. She keep y'all in line. They were all cool? All right. Well, Ella didn't have anything bad to say about y'all. That's the person who put Marilyn out on the dung heap? Yeah, I know. Seriously, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Oh, yeah, Bunny's here too, Kimberly. No wonder she needed to vampire Marilyn's beauty. I vote for Lady Coddington, but which one? So many pressed fairies to choose from. This is absolutely true. There are so many pressed fairies. We love the pressed fairies. You can show them if you want, but warn people about nightmares. Yeah, you know what? I showed them one. I think that's all they needed to see. If they want to see more, I'm sure they'll let me know, but watch Amanda show up while I'm gone. I know, right? Don't make Ellen angry. She does kind of look like a female Keith Raniere. Keith was less portly. That's true. Keith was just kind of schlubby. We do need Jezebel tattoos. Purple Groovy's here. Hi, Purple Groovy. I think her eyes were moving, but it's late. And maybe your camera is dicey. That's possible. That's very possible. But then again, maybe her eyes were moving. I guess you guys didn't make her mad, though, so it's okay. She didn't have anything to snitch on. Yeah, no, Ella's fine. She's fine. She didn't have anything to say about any of y'all. "28 people in here. Please do me a favor and hit either like or dislike. I'm not trying to tell y'all how to think. So, whichever you choose. If you are hitting like, please also hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know when we go on, because really it's sporadic, we're just here in the Denny's of YouTube, basically. hit that little bell next to the subscribe and select all so that you totally get all of the notifications, including when I put up community posts, which will have an FAQ tomorrow, um, of all the information that people might want to know about the cruise. I didn't see the pic real well. That's okay. It wasn't a real good pic, but it looked like she had marks on her from the 10-foot pole. Oh, that people would only use to touch her with? Mm. Why I don't understand why I'm yawning so early in the night. But Pressed Fairies. It's a book about a young girl that would sit in her garden and catch fairies by smashing them between the pages of her book. Right, like some people pressed flowers in between pages of books. Yes, precisely, Purple Groovy. And I love that that's how you feel because that's exactly how I want people to feel when they come here. Just walked into the bar on Cheers. Norm! Purple Groovy! We are as happy, if not happier, to see you here, Purple Groovy, than they were to see Norm on Cheers. So, yeah, I'm really glad that you found your way here. Cheers. Oh, Barbara. Never really wanted a tattoo, but since my husband mentioned he'd divorce me, I'm looking for the perfect artist. You're my favorite contrarian. You're the best, Barbara. I usually feel a bit like Woody. I imagine you feel a little Woody. Xenu Marlene, y'all. Steve-O feels a little Woody. You know I had to, right? I really didn't have any choice in the matter, Steve-O. Jasper pouting because Dakota was in my lap where he wanted to be. Also, Dakota by himself because he's cute. There's pouty Jasper. And there's Dakota all by himself with his little face. Who is Marlene? Marlene is the leader of the cult that Marilyn used to be in, the high demand religion that Marilyn used to be a part of, and has blessedly freed herself. But she's a horrible, horrible woman who does horrible, horrible things. And therefore, we say her name as often as we can. And her name is Marlene Sweeney. And we are Jezebels, and we will be forever on the dung heap. So here we are, indulging in our Jezebel ways as we invoke her name. That's who Marlene is. Marlene Sweeney is a real weenie. That's true. You opened the door, man. I just walked through it. Barbara asked if Steve-O has a pull string coming out his back too. And it just degenerates from there. Steve-O says he definitely has a pull string. Hef says that he tugs on his string all the time in the chats. And Stephanie says a string maybe isn't the best description. Yeah. I am here. I am here for the dung heap. I am here to be a Jezebel. And I am happy about it. No regrets. Marty Girl was in a Bible-based cult. Yep, that's true. Marweenie says the not so graceful swan. Oh my. Susan P is starting a party. Let's take turns pulling Steve-O's string. Well. Joe. Oh my. Welcome to the Jezebel Dung Heap, where all your dreams come true. Sorry to hear that. I was in a non-religious LGAT, still just as bad. Yep. Yep. If there's coercive control and undue influence involved, it's just as bad, folks. I was not involved with a cult per se, but I worked for a company that exercised undue influence upon not only its clients, but also its employees. And was definitely traumatized by my time there. And it kept getting worse and worse and worse the longer I worked there. So I left after basically realizing that it was either me leave immediately or me having a nice little vacation on a locked ward with a lot of medication and padded walls. So I made the choice to advocate for myself, to whistleblow as hard as I could, and continue doing so. And I got out. And after I left, I slept for about 2 weeks. Because yeah, they were exercising undue influence and coercive control over everybody in their sphere. So, I was not involved with a cult, but close enough. Close enough. And I'm probably gonna be processing the trauma for that for a very long time, but I'm doing what I can with it. And it has caused to only make me more aware of how insidious groups like that can be and how they can sneak right in underneath the radar and get you when you least expect it. I never thought that I was immune, but I also didn't think that a company that was supposed to be a nonprofit and doing supposedly good things for people was going to be not so good for anyone, not just the cults or not just the clients, the people that they were getting money from, but also their staff. Yeah. LGAT is large group awareness training. That's what an LGAT is, Jen Marie. Artsy tartsy. I wasn't in a cult, but the emotional, psychological, sexual, and physical abuse from my ex-husband was so traumatic that I feel like I was in a cult of two. Yep. I was in a relationship that was emotionally and verbally really abusive. Um, yeah. So been there too. Yep, I get that. Corporate cult. It's so good to get other stories. Appreciate that. It is a cult. Yes. My string is not here to break up marriages unless that's what Barbara needs. Fair. No cult here. Troubled teen industry survivor. Oh, shit. Good for you, Jen Marie. Good for you. That shit ain't easy. Corporate undue influence is just as bad. Corresponded with a corporate coach in Tokyo. She made a flow chart of the International Coach Federation and traced them back to Werner Erhard and Essalon. Oh, yeah. Yep. Same. I wound up being a prisoner for almost 5 years and disconnected from everyone else but him. That's what my channel is about on YouTube. Excellent, Jen Marie. Excellent. If you would please be so kind, Jen Marie, send an email to here or put something in the comments so that I can find your channel and subscribe. Yeah. I know it won't allow you, and I don't have any mods, so it won't allow you to put the link directly in my chat. But if you email me, uh, I can either put it in the description box for tonight's chat, or I can find some other way to promote you for sure. Yeah, because the troubled teen industry is something that a lot of people don't really understand, and the awareness just is not out about them, about these crazy, crazy abusive motherfuckers. And I wish I had more polite words to call them. I just don't. I don't. Um, and I don't have anything to say about those people that could possibly be misconstrued as polite. So, yeah, I am happy to promote. A lot of therapists still don't even know. There are a lot of therapists who aren't trauma informed about cults and coercive control and high demand religions and all of that shit. So, yep, absolutely. It's not surprising. It's not surprising. Thank you for emailing me the link. Um, we're going to make sure to promote this for you. You enjoy a simple life, Kim D? Yep. Sometimes that's for the best. Y'all aren't going to believe this, though. After experiencing homelessness in my wheelchair a couple of years ago, I had no one else to call but him. He's 87 now, and the dynamics are completely different. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Yeah, no, my abuser is only alive. Um, because I had no idea who would take care of his pit bull, and I look bad in orange. But I did all the cooking, and there was deadly nightshade growing in the driveway. So, good doc on Netflix where troubled teens were kidnapped from homes. Parents allowed it. Shit, most of the time parents paid for it. It's called getting gooned. But then again, COS, Sea Org hotels are worse. Yes, but the damage is still being done. The damage is absolutely still being done. And I don't care what name it's being done under. It all sucks. And I can't stand it. You know, Miss Sunrise Dawn, you've told the story in this chat, but it was quite some time ago, of why your ex-husband signed away his parental rights and you got a restraining order, and it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting, and I am so sorry that you had to go through that. But, you know, I think the best thing that we can do is make sure that people are as aware as possible, that we are telling these stories far and wide, that we're letting the world know that we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to listen to it. We're not going to submit. We don't have to. We are full, complete humans in our own right, and we don't have to deal with that shit anymore. We just don't. Jen Marie, I'm going after Delphi Academy as well as Scientology's TTI program. Good. My daughter friend's 2 sisters went on Dr. Phil and were kidnapped in the night. They were gooned. Their episode has millions of views. When they got back from treatment, the 15-year-old stole my car. Yep. It's Tampa Bay, man. It's gross. Dr. Phil is a monster. Show is called Hell Camp. All right, I'll take a look at that. Yep, he got his own grown daughter, not my daughter, pregnant. Disgusting. Yep. Yep. You did. You told us about it, Miss Sunrise Dawn, and it's terrifying. Miss Sunrise Dawn does have a channel, The Not So Graceful Swan. Yes, she do. Yes, she do. Cash me outside? How about that? Yep. And Miss Sunrise Dawn, your channel is just your name, right? Because I can put it in the chat right now if people want to go and subscribe. Dawn, if that's the name of your channel, then let me know, because I'm ready to hit enter, and I can pop that in the chat anytime so that people have an actual link. Dr. Phil was clueless why they behaved the way they did. Dr. Phil is clueless, full stop. I have videos still of her dad physically abusing the younger one while the mom just stood there. That's disgusting. We can only hope Serge keeps up with his expose. Rinder must be hiding. I gotta tell you, Serge ain't stopping. Serge ain't stopping, and more power to him. I hope he doesn't stop. I hope he keeps going. I was on a hell camp lookalike. Well, not as bad as the real hell camps, but still it was crazy. Yes. Artsy Tartsy left a message to Rinder and Claire with a toll-free number for them to report their crimes. Good. Dr. Phil was the middleman for the TTI. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Joe, oh my. Good night, honey. We'll talk to you tomorrow. It would seem. It would seem. I won't be talking on my ex on my channel, though. It would just cause pain for my daughter and accomplish nothing. All right, well, then write a book, babe. No way Serge is stopping. They'll never put the cork back in that bottle. You damn right about that. The younger one called CPS on me after I let her live with us for a while. I'm not as nice anymore. Okay. But also, I hope she gets a lot of therapy. Troubled teen industry, artsy tartsy, the troubled teen industry. Personally, I think Leah is duped by Rinder. She was a celeb, so doesn't get it. It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. No use for Dr. Phil or Oprah. Yeah, I gotta say, same. Jen, did you put the link in the chat? Because it won't work if you put it in the chat. It just won't. YouTube won't allow you to put links in the chat. You have to email it to me. Chow Smut, no spaces. Just chowyunsmut@gmail.com. No, he didn't go back like Marty. He's still out. He uses Leah's pick and all. Yeah, he does. Absolutely. Ego's so big it sickens me. Yeah, somebody's gotten a little big for his britches. Oh, you did that too? Okay, let me look, Jen. Okay. All right, y'all, try that. That should be Jen Marie's channel. Between the cracks. And that should get you to her channel. Please go and sub. Please go and sub. She's got a message. that needs to be out there. People need to be paying attention. They need to know because this stuff is so dangerous. It's so dangerous and it's terrifying. And it's got people who are, it's got kids trapped and parents that think that they're doing the right thing because these camps prey on parents. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. The place I was sent to, they didn't have separate showers for men and women. We were supposed to shower with the grown men working there to see there was nothing weird about it. What the? Oh, Maya. Oh, Maya, I'm so sorry. That's terrifying. Thank you, everybody, for subbing up. I appreciate that. Barbara, you regret giving him so much money. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. I'm glad I didn't have much money to give. But even so, I had a few. I had a few bucks. I gave a few, no, we're not over, sweetheart. We had a few, I gave a few super chats during various fundraisers and whatnot. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting. But, you know, we live and we learn. Yep, I've watched her channel quite a bit. And I've communicated with her in other ways as well. And I like Dana. I like Dana quite a bit. She's, you know, she's not always 100% on the money, but who's going to be? And sometimes she's reliant upon what other people tell her and maybe doesn't feel comfortable going straight to the source. But she's going down a lot of the same rabbit holes that Doug was. And she's doing what she can to verify and to do her receipts, gather her receipts, and make sure that she's doing her due diligence. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Yeah. You guys have watched one or two of her videos. Yep, Jen Marie, you've gotten a bunch of subs, babe. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Maya, we want to know the name of your camp because Jen Marie is she's working with a database. Yeah, you guys don't need me to chat together. Barbara, can you not hear me? We're talking about Dana Artsy Tartsy. Her channel is Rotting Jewels. One more to break 30 for Miss Sunrise Dawn. Have got him out. Very nice. I need to see if Barbara can't hear me. Oh, good night, Mama. We love having you here, Kimberly. Thank you, No Talk Tony. Thank you, Hef. You've never heard of Dana. Okay, that's all right, Artsy Tartsy. It really, her stuff tends to go down kind of conspiracy theory rabbit holes. Jen is saying, Maya, that that's okay. They're not strictly US, so it's okay if it's in Norway. Not quite yet, but I mean, maybe. I'm not ruling anything out. Well, if Hef and Tony are doing it, Dawn's going to get hers out. $204. Amazing. And good night, Mrs. Cricket's mom. She giggles every time I refer to her as Mrs. Cricket's mom. She loves it. She loves it, Kimberly. Yeah, you must have pressed stop, Sweet Pea, because we are definitely still going. She does. She does. She's got amazing tattoos. Steve-O, he's talking about Dana rotting jewels. I don't know what's going on with ZDT. I don't pretend to know. It's none of my business. Yeah, no thank you. I'm not here to invoke that person with the ill-fitting dentures and the terrible, frightening wig. I'm so damn trusting that I always have trouble believing in conspiracy. I also have a hard time believing people are as bad as they are. Yeah, that can be challenging. Unfortunately, I'm bitter and jaded enough to believe that people are as bad as they are. But that's just me, I guess. She wigs you out. Oh, you're funny, Barbara. You're funny. She wigs a lot of people out. Not gonna lie. But I will say I am I'm getting a little tired. Definitely predator. Hef. Definitely. 100%. A little tired. I need to get a little bit more knitting done. Most of us are traumatized by something. You're absolutely correct, Barbara. Jen Marie, I don't do trust well. Yeah, you can't be blamed for that. ZDT does a great impression. Okay, fair enough. You get taken advantage of a lot, so you wish you were more like me. Honey, don't. Don't. It's no way to go through life being a bitter, angry woman. It's not fun. But either way, y'all, I'm getting a little tired. Thank you, everybody, for all of your input this evening. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate everybody going in and subbing up to the other creators that are in the chat. That's amazing. Everybody who's considering going or has already booked in to this cruise that's happening in September, thank you. Thank you. If you want more information, it's down in the description box. And because Steve-O made me get a Venmo, my Venmo and my PayPal are both in there. Blame Steve-O. It even says so in the description box. Blame Steve-O. I'm so glad that you'll be back, Jen Marie. Toodles Bitches says inappropriate heifer, who is our favorite inappropriate heifer. The only, the one, the effervescent, the sending me photos of dog buttholes in the middle of the night. Yep. Steve-O, he did. He made me do it. The Steve-O made me do it. Thank you, Barbara, for being here, and thank you, all the amazing friends. Thank you, Kimberly. Good night, everybody. Probably be watching lots of chats. Going to be snowed in until Tuesday. Girl, I have lived that life. For sure. But yeah, if anybody wants information about the cruise, email me. If anybody feels like contributing, since I don't have 500 subs yet, but I did crack 200. Information for that is down below. And I also have Zelle and GPay. If you prefer that, email me. I'll give you the ways to reach me there. The Not So Grateful Swan, you will be back as well. Purple Groovy, you love this community. And honey, we love you. And I am so glad that you're here. Good night over the pond. Good night. Have a good day, Ms. Maya. I don't know what's going on with our Kiwis, but I haven't seen Ms. Beaumont nor Sophie tonight. I just hope that they're doing well, and I hope that they're out partying on the first Friday. Good night, Denver Steve-O. Marty girl, you've got a nor'easter coming to you in the Maritimes. Yep, absolutely. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night, everybody. Peace to ya.